We're here today with Averee Fields, senior women's basketball player, majoring in social work. And Averee, you've been involved with WVU Fellowship of Christian Athletes during most of your time at WVU. And first, can you explain how and why you got involved with WVU-FCA and what it's meant to you over the years?
Actually, I started the spring semester of my freshman year, and I did FCA all through middle school, all through high school. And so when I got to college, I was kind of like, where is FCA at? And I didn't hear anything about it. And then I actually had a tutor that was a rower, and she went every week and just kind of told me about it. She's like, are you a Christian? You know, do you believe that kind of stuff? And I was like, yes, I've been looking for FCA. And actually, I had a Monday night class. So then in the spring semester, I was like, no Monday night classes. I want to come to FCA. So I started that spring, and I just fell in love from that day.
What has it been like? I mean, as a student athlete, there's so many demands on your time and your schedule, and when you think back of what it's meant to you personally, I mean, it's probably hard to think of where you would be without it, but what has it meant to you?
It's definitely a blessing. It's not something that I ever really dread. Even if I have a lot of time, like, I love coming to FCA. I love meeting other athletes that care about God, that want to know more about God, and it just gives me energy, it gives me a strength like no other, and I couldn't imagine going through a week without FCA, because I love, you know, you hear a lot about West Virginia, you hear a lot about like the partying, and that's kind of what we're known for, but it's cool to get in a room with people who aren't worried about partying, they aren't worried about what they look like, they're worried about forming a relationship with God and forming a relationship with other Christians. And so it's refreshing, and it's a different change from classes and from basketball practice.
That's neat. And how about your relationship specifically with Teresa Gono, who's women's team chaplain and somebody that I know meets regularly with a number of the female student athletes, both one-on-one and group studies. And how's your relationship with Teresa grown over the years?
Teresa is great. She's kind of like a big sister. She played sports. She was a rower in college, so she understands the demands of time. And I just feel like I can really connect with her. I started meeting with her probably this summer. After the spring semester, I started meeting with her in the summer, and she just has been such a source of strength as far as getting into the Word and studying the Word, and, you know, just if I need to, like, complain to, if I need to tell her about my problems that I don't feel like I can talk to anybody else about, she's always there for me. And, you know, it's hard when you're away from home. I'm 8-9 hours from home, so it's not like I can see my mom all the time or anything like that. So it's nice to have a homey feeling away from school.
You've also been on the leadership team. A lot of work that's done behind the scenes by certain students and student athletes, and you've been on that leadership team for a couple years and now are president. So what all does that entail, and what are the responsibilities there?
I think it kind of puts me at a higher standard as far as being president, just because I can't be doing outwardly worldly sinful things all the time when, you know, people are looking up to me, expecting me to lead FCA, expecting me to represent Christ in a godly manner. And so it's been great, because I didn't realize there was a leadership team. When I first started coming, like, you know, I just thought everyone was athletes, like it just kind of ran by itself. And so getting behind the scenes is kind of cool to see, you know, people put in work. Like, you know, we want to make sure that the FCA does run smoothly. We want to make sure that we are actively meeting people and getting to know other people. So there's not a whole lot extra that goes into being a leader. It just, personally, I feel like I need to do better. I need to be better, because I know that people look at me and they almost can judge Christ through me, just because, especially people who don't know Christ, that they're like, okay, well, if she does this and I can do this, you know. So I definitely want to be an example for every person that walks in, and to be a friend to any athlete or any student that comes to those doors.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. And then on Monday nights, I know is a time, kind of a safe haven for a lot of student athletes to come and worship and learn more about Christ. And you're also on the worship team.
Yes.
It's definitely a neat thing to see the group of student athletes leading worship there, and what does that mean to you, even during the practice times before Monday nights get going, but then also when there are 70 or 80 people in there? What is that time like for you?
It's fun. I love worshiping God. I love praise and worship. I always have. In every church service I've been to, like, that's probably close to my favorite part, because it's just so intimate, a great time that you can get to know God. And I like to sing, but it's not something I really do out in front of everybody all the time. I actually get pretty embarrassed, but when they asked me, I was like, you know, if that's what they need, if they need more female singers, like, I'll step up and do that for them. So it's been a great experience. I love getting to know the worship team, and I love having an opportunity just to praise God and help other people praise God.
And last one, Averee, favorite memory or something that comes to mind of whether it be during the seasons or in the summertime, that kind of sticks out with your time at FCA?
Probably summer is my favorite time, just because the group is smaller. We have about 20 to 30. I mean, it grows, it varies because people go home for the summer.
Sure.
But we get to go to people's houses, and we just get to have more intimate talks. We get to know each other on a deeper level, and just go out for ice cream, because your summer schedule isn't as hectic, so you have more free time and you get to know people better. So summer is probably my favorite time of FCA.
Cool. Averee, appreciate your time. A lot of good information there. Thank you.
Thank you.